Meet Perillus of Athens. Around 550 BC, this guy invented the worst torture device ever.
He pitched it to Phalaris, tyrant of Sicily. "Hey boss, I made you a bull." Seems innocent enough.
But here's the twist. This bronze bull was completely hollow inside, with a door on the side. Perillus explained his masterpiece. You lock someone inside, light a fire underneath, and they slowly roast alive. The screams would travel through tubes in the bull's head, making it sound like the bull was bellowing. Classy. Phalaris was impressed. Super impressed, actually. He loved the creativity. But he had one tiny little question.
This is brilliant, Perillus! But wait! Does it actually work? Why don't you demonstrate it for me? Perillus probably felt his stomach drop. That's definitely not what he meant by product demonstration, my dude.
Phalaris ordered his guards to throw Perillus inside his own creation. Instant karma in real time, folks.
They stuffed him in and locked the door. Perillus became the very first victim of his own torture device.
Flames roared underneath. The bronze heated up fast. Perillus realized he'd just built his own coffin. Game over. And his screams echoed through those tubes, making the bull bellow exactly like he promised. A plus for accuracy. Phalaris watched his new toy work perfectly. The other courtiers? Probably regretting their career choices right about now. Plot twist. Phalaris pulled him out before he died. Some ancient sources say he showed mercy. How generous. Just kidding. Phalaris had him thrown off a cliff immediately after. So yeah, still dead, just extra steps.
The brazen bull became Phalaris's favorite execution method, and he used it for years on enemies and criminals everywhere.
Karma came for Phalaris too. When he was overthrown, guess where they locked him? His beloved bull. Full circle!
The bull was eventually destroyed. Good riddance. Probably the only invention that deserved to die more than its creator.
The moral? Don't pitch lethal inventions to psychotic tyrants. Also, maybe read the room before your sales pitch, buddy. Undone, 8 inventions of death to go. 1 next up, we're literally going back to the drawing board.
Pilots kept dying in plane crashes. Franz thought, what if their coat was also a parachute? Yes, seriously. He spent years designing a wearable parachute suit. Picture a giant canvas coat with built-in wings. He tested it with dummies from his 5th floor apartment. Some tests worked okay. Keyword, some tests. Franz convinced authorities to let him test from the Eiffel Tower. For coins, they thought he'd use another dummy. Wrong.
February 4th, 1912. Press, cameras, huge crowd. This was Franz's big moment.
He climbed to the first platform, 57 meters up, and the suit weighed 70 pounds. Already a bad sign. His friends literally begged him not to jump.
Whew, use a dummy, Franz. Just use the dummy.
He refused. He stepped to the edge, cameras rolling. The entire crowd held their breath. This was worldwide news footage. Franz stood there for 40 seconds.
Just
standing, staring down, clearly having second thoughts. Dude, don't do it. He jumped. The parachute didn't open. At all. Not even a little bit. Just straight up plummeted. 57 meters. 4 seconds of pure regret. The suit flapped around like a garbage bag in a hurricane. He hit the frozen ground so hard he left a 6-inch crater. Dead instantly. The crowd was traumatized.
The footage still exists today. You can literally watch this man's terrible decision on YouTube. It's haunting, honestly.
Modern parachutes need at least 100 meters to open properly. Franz jumped from 57. Basic math failed him. He ignored physics, ignored his friends, ignored common sense. Triple threat of bad decision-making right there, folks. Experts warned him beforehand. The design was flawed. The height was insufficient. He heard impossible as a challenge. Franz Reichelt died because he believed in his invention more than physics. Confidence can't fight gravity, my friends. He's remembered as a cautionary tale. The Eiffel Tower banned human testing after that. Small victories, I guess. 2 deadly inventions down, 7 more to go. Up next, we're diving into something that literally sank. 1863, American Civil War. Horace Lawson Hunley wanted to build the first combat submarine. Bold move, dude. He designed the H.L. Hunley. 40 feet of hand-cranked iron death trap. 7 crew members cranking propellers manually. Imagine 7 dudes cramped inside a metal tube underwater, cranking for their lives. Peak engineering or peak stupidity? First test mission? Success. Hunley was pumped. The Confederacy had their secret weapon. Game changer incoming, right? Second test? Dove with hatches still partially open. Water flooded in fast. 5 crew members drowned immediately. Oops. They scrambled to close hatches, but physics worked faster. The sub sank in seconds. Brutal way to go. They raised the sub, recovered the bodies. Most people would quit, not Horace, and he saw this as a learning opportunity. October 15, 1863. Hunley personally took command. I'll show you how it's done. Famous last words, literally. He took her down for a practice dive in Charleston Harbor. Everything going smooth. Routine test run. Then the sub tilted nose down. Ooh, sharp angle. They dove too steep, too fast. No way to correct it. The Hunley plummeted straight to the bottom. All 8 crew members trapped inside, including Horace himself. Game over. They sank in 42 feet of water. So close to the surface, but might as well be miles. No escape. They recovered the sub again, found all 8 bodies inside. Horace Hunley died in his own invention, the ultimate test. Third sinking. 13 total deaths. The H.L. Hunley killed more Confederate sailors than Union ships ever did. Friendly fire deluxe. Diesel. Here's the crazy part. They found another crew willing to try again. After 3 sinkings. February 17, 1864. 4th crew actually succeeded. Sank the USS Housatonic. First submarine to sink enemy ship. But they never made it back to shore. The Hunley sank a 4th time. All crew died. Victory and death. They found the wreck in 1995. 131 years later. All crew skeletons still at their stations. Horace Hunley created submarine warfare, but his invention killed him first. 13 dead just developing it. Progress costs lives. 3 inventions down, 5 more deadly ones to go. Next up, someone discovered radiation the hardest way possible. 1930s, scientists were obsessed with creating artificial silk. Cheaper than real silk, same strength supposedly. Science progress. Military loved this idea. Silk parachutes were expensive. Artificial silk could save millions. Perfect wartime solution. What could go wrong? Really, they ramped up production fast. Thousands of artificial silk parachutes manufactured, shipped to troops worldwide. Paratroopers got the new chutes. Lighter weight, same reliability promised. And they trusted their gear completely. Military assurance, everything's safe. First jumps seemed fine. Parachutes opened. Guys landed safely. See? Works perfectly. Then reports came flooding in. Parachutes randomly failing mid-descent. Fabric ripping apart. Soldiers plummeting to deaths. Oops, major miscalculation. Turns out artificial silk degraded from moisture and UV exposure. You know, things parachutes encounter constantly. Testing? What testing? Dozens of paratroopers died. Training jumps became death sentences. Families got flags instead of soldiers. Preventable tragedy completely. Military recalled every single artificial silk chute immediately. Back to expensive real silk. Lesson learned the hardest way possible. Real silk was expensive for good reason. It worked reliably. Artificial silk was cheap because it killed people. Get what you pay for. Modern synthetic parachutes exist now using nylon, properly tested for decades before deployment. Innovation without the mass death part.
Nobody remembers the specific inventor's name, just another faceless disaster. Corporate and military failure killed soldiers, not one person.
Those paratroopers trusted their equipment, trusted their country, got defective gear instead. They died because someone cut corners. Infuriating, honestly. Modern paratroopers triple-check their gear because of tragedies like this. Trust but verify. Equipment failure means certain death, always.
This disaster birthed materials science. Maintenance. Now we test everything extensively. UV exposure, moisture, temperature.
Innovation requires testing. Skipping tests to save money kills people. Tale as old as capitalism. Profits over lives strikes again.
Some workers apparently warned supervisors about quality issues, ignored because production quotas mattered more. Classic corporate negligence playbook here. No single inventor died here, just soldiers who trusted defective equipment, victims of cost-cutting and inadequate testing.
Today, parachute manufacturers face insane regulations. Every batch tested rigorously because we literally learned from
8 deadly inventions examined, 2 more catastrophic failures remaining. Next up, someone played with atoms. Spoiler, bad idea always.
December 20, 1922. J.G. Tierney was surveying the Colorado River for the massive Hoover Dam project. He was literally the first guy on site, ground zero, scoping out where this engineering marvel would be built.
one wrong step. Tierney slipped and fell into the raging Colorado River. Just like that. Gone in seconds, flat.
The current was brutal, and he drowned before anyone could help, and the very first Hoover Dam casualty.
Fast forward 13 years. December 20, 1935. The dam is finally complete.
Same date.
13 years apart. Father and son. First and last deaths. The universe has a thick sense of humor.
Patrick fell from an intake tower while doing electrical work. Just like his dad, sudden and completely unexpected.
Both deaths, same date, beginning and end of the project. Statisticians would call this astronomically improbable. Cursed, basically. After Patrick died, December 20th became the unluckiest day in construction history. Workers straight up called in sick. 986 workers died total building Hoover Dam. Heat stroke, falls, explosions, equipment failures. It was brutal work. Some died from carbon monoxide in tunnels hitting 130 degrees. Imagine working in literal hell conditions.
Today, millions visit the dam. Gorgeous views, great photos, and nobody thinks about the 986 bodies that built it. The Tierneys bookended one of America's deadliest construction projects. Father opened it, son closed it. Dark poetry, really.
The coincidence haunted workers for decades. Some said the river demanded the Tierney family. Others called it fate. Officials eventually installed a memorial plaque. 96 names, 2 Tierneys, 1 curse date. Engineering came with a price tag.
Modern construction safety exists because of tragedies like this. OSHA regulations were written in blood, literally every single one. The dam still powers 3 states today, 700 megawatts. But man, the human cost was absolutely staggering.
Progress sometimes costs lives. The Tierneys remind us, innovation isn't free. Someone always pays.
4 down, 6 catastrophic inventions remaining. Next up,
He paid a cool $10 million for it.
oh, the ultimate flex, right?
Jimmy was worth hundreds of millions. Self-made guy, super successful. Living the absolute dream, basically. Just months after buying the company, he's cruising his massive estate in West Yorkshire, England.
Something goes wrong. Maybe he lost control. Maybe he panicked. Nobody knows for sure exactly.
The Segway lurches forward. Now he's heading straight toward an 80-foot drop into the river wharf.
He plunged 80 feet down. His body was found in the river with the Segway nearby.
The headlines wrote themselves. Segway owner dies in Segway accident. You can't make this stuff up, folks. He's here. Entry. The guy owned the company for less than 6 months before it literally killed him. The company tried damage control, but let's be real. How do you recover from that PR disaster? Imagine being a Segway salesman after that. Hey, want to ride the thing that killed its owner? Segway sales were already struggling. This definitely didn't help their image problem at all. Sales tanked hard.
The lesson here? Test your products thoroughly, especially before riding them near cliffs. Pretty basic stuff.
1 down, 9 more deadly inventions to go. And trust me, this next one is absolutely medieval.
1920s through 50s, Shoe stores had these cool machines called shoe-fitting fluoroscopes. X-ray your feet. Futuristic.
Kids loved them. You'd stick your feet in, look through a viewer, see your bones. Best shopping trip ever.
Parents thought it was educational. Sales clerks used them constantly to prove shoes fit perfectly. Science meets capitalism, baby. One tiny problem. These machines blasted unshielded X-rays directly at everyone. No safety regulations, no limits whatsoever. Yikes! Sales clerks got the worst exposure, using the machines dozens of times daily. For years. Radiation poisoning incoming.
Reports started coming in. Clerks developing severe radiation burns on legs.
Skin lesions.
Some needed amputations. Super casual genocide.
Kids who use them regularly? Higher cancer rates, leukemia, bone damage. Parents unknowingly poisoned their own children. Devastating.
Each session delivered up to 58 Roentgens. For reference, 5 is considered medically excessive. They exceeded limits tenfold. By the 1940s, scientists were screaming warnings. This is dangerous! Stop using these immediately! Nobody listened, obviously. Store owners made too much money. But kids love it. Sales are up. Profit over safety. Classic American business move. Finally, in the 1950s, states started banning them. Some stores kept using them illegally until the 70s. Unbelievable. Thousands of machines existed, millions of people exposed, and nobody knows the exact death toll. Records conveniently disappeared. Medical journals documented countless cases. Cancers, burns, deformities, all from checking if shoes fit. Worth it? Absolutely not. Today, we use those simple foot measuring devices. Not glamorous, but nobody gets cancer. Progress through not killing customers.
The fluoroscope is peak seemed like a good idea at the time. Except, scientists literally warned them immediately.
No single inventor to blame here, just collective corporate greed and willful ignorance. The American dream turned radioactive nightmare. This wasn't accidental death. This was knowingly poisoning millions for profit.
The FDA eventually established radiation safety standards because of this disaster. Regulations written in cancer. Thanks, capitalism.
Your grandparents might have stuck their feet in radioactive death boxes. And nobody thought twice. Wild times, honestly. 6 deadly inventions conquered, 4 more to go. Next up, someone tried making cars safer, but made them deadlier. Meet Rudolf Diesel, 1893. This German genius invented the diesel engine, revolutionized transportation. But here's the cool part. His engine ran on vegetable oil, peanut oil, anything. Early eco-warrior before it was trendy.
Oil companies hated this. Wait, you mean we can't monopolize fuel? Unacceptable. They wanted petroleum dependency badly. Diesel compromised, modified engines to run on petroleum, made millions. But he never abandoned his vegetable oil dream.
September 29, 1913, Diesel boards the steamship Dresden heading to London for a business meeting. Routine trip. He had dinner with colleagues, seemed totally normal, chatted about business, went to his cabin around 10 p.m. Standard night. Morning comes, Diesel's bed untouched, nightshirt laid out but never worn. He vanished overnight, just gone. Poof. Nobody saw him fall. Nobody heard anything. No witnesses, no suicide note, just gone into the North Sea forever. October 10, Belgian fishermen found a decomposed body, too far gone to identify visually, grabbed personal belongings instead. Except nothing adds up. Suicide? Why no note? Accident? Perfect weather? Murder? Oil companies had motive. Theories exploded.
Some historians think big oil had him killed. His biofuel engine threatened trillion-dollar petroleumers.
Others say suicide. Diesel had massive debts, failing business ventures, depression. Financial ruin drove him overboard, they claim.
Today, diesel engines run almost exclusively on petroleum. Rudolph's vegetable oil dream died with him. Biodiesel exists now, but it's niche. Here, imagine if diesel lived. We might have avoided petroleum dependence over a century later. We still don't know what happened. Murder mystery, tragic suicide, or freak accident? Pick your theory.
Rudolf Diesel invented one of history's most important engines, then mysteriously died before seeing its full potential. Tragic waste.
Whether murdered or not, the man who wanted to free us from oil died under suspicious circumstances. Convenient coincidence? You decide. 7 inventions down, 3 more catastrophic failures incoming. Next up, we're taking flight. Emphasis on taking, not landing safely. Marie Curie, absolute legend, discovered radium and polonium. First woman to win Nobel Prize. Science icon forever, basically. Her notebooks are still radioactive today. Over 100 years later, you need protective gear just to read them. That's concerning. Worse, they sold radium products to the public. Radium water, beauty creams, health tonics. Radiation is healthy. Marketing genius. Radium girls painted watch dials with radium paint. Supervisors told them to lick brushes for precision. Literal death sentences.
Their jaws disintegrated, bones crumbled, tumors everywhere, died agonizing deaths. Employers knew and lied. Corporate murder, essentially.
The radium girls sued. Landmark case. Established workers' rights to sue employers for unsafe conditions. Change through tragedy again. Today, we treat radiation seriously. Lead shielding, dosimeters, strict exposure limits. We learned. Every chemistry student learns about Marie Curie. Not just her discoveries, but how her death revolutionized safety protocols completely. She touched radium with bare hands. We treat it like apocalypse material now. Same substance, wildly different understanding. Knowledge gap. Marie Curie advanced science immeasurably. Also accidentally proved why radiation safety matters. She has 2 elements named after her discoveries. Her name lives forever in chemistry. Also her body. Modern scientists monitor radiation exposure obsessively. Badge alerts, regular testing, immediate removal if limits exceeded. Those old radium watches sit in museums now behind protective glass. Beautiful artifacts. Also slowly poisoning anyone nearby. Touch nothing. Marie Curie sacrificed her life for scientific progress unknowingly. She couldn't have known, but we know now. 9 inventions of death conquered, 1 final catastrophe remaining. Last one involves wings, ambition, and gravity's cruel sense of humor. Early 1900s, aviation pioneers were basically strapping wings to death wishes. Fearless? Yes. Suicidal? Also yes. Thin line. Otto Lilienthal, German gliding pioneer, made over 2,000 successful flights, called the Flying Man. August 9th, 1896, flying near Berlin, wind gust hits his glider, stalls midair, nose pitches up, physics takes over.
Fell 50 feet, broke his spine on impact, died next day. Last words? Sacrifices must be made. Hardcore dedication, honestly.
1913, Romanian engineer Aurel Vlaicu built several successful aircraft. National hero, ambitious as hell, wanted to cross mountains.
August 31, 1913. Attempts crossing the Carpathian Mountains. Friends warned him. Weather's bad. Planes untested. He ignored them.
Takes off anyway. Determination beats common sense, apparently. Crowd watches nervously. Some people just have that main character syndrome. High over the mountains, plane struggles, engine problems, fierce winds, every warning sign ignored, proving points to skeptics costs lives sometimes. Loses altitude fast, he's fighting it, controls not responding properly, mountain peaks getting closer, no good options remaining at all. National mourning in Romania. Hero who pushed aviation forward died pushing too far. Innovation requires risk. Sometimes risk wins. Listen, early aviation was a massacre. Hundreds of pioneers died testing aircraft. Every advancement cost lives. Today, pilots have redundant systems, weather radar, autopilot, ejection seats. Modern aviation is insanely. Aviation deaths dropped 99% over a century. We learned from literally thousands of crashes. Progress written in wreckage always. Modern pilots complete exhaustive pre-flight checks, weather analysis, mechanical inspection, backup plans, because pioneers died skipping these steps exactly. Aviation museums have memorial walls. Hundreds of names. Pioneers who died so we could fly safely. From fragile gliders to massive jets carrying hundreds safely. Evolution powered by learning from failures. Otto and Aurel died for their dream of flight. Their sacrifices weren't pointless, and they proved it was possible ultimately. Today, 3 million people fly safely every day because pioneers died figuring out what not to do. Progress requires sacrifice always.
10 inventions, countless deaths, from submarines to radiation to defective parachutes. Innovation isn't free. Someone always pays the price first.
There you have it. 10 inventions that killed their creators or users. From segways to submarines. Progress is brutal.
Listeners, next time you see a new invention, remember, someone probably died testing something similar.
If you enjoyed this morbid journey through history's deadliest innovations, smash that